Good morning, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to our amazing session on HCL Workload Automation is Cloud Native. Speakers for today's sessions are Francesca Curzi, our Global Sales Leader, and Emanuela Zaccone, Automation Product Manager. Please feel free to post in your questions anytime into the questions chat box, and we will be more than happy to take them towards the end of the session. Also, this session will be recorded and we'll be happy to share the link for you to watch at your own convenience and share it with your peers. Speakers, over to you.
Thank you, Deepika, and welcome everybody. As Deepika said, feel free to ask your question, but first of all, let us introduce ourselves. I will be with you in the first part of this presentation. So first, I leave the word to Francesca. Francesca, do you want to introduce yourself?
Thanks, Emanuela. I'm Francesca Curzi. I'm the HCL Software Global Sales Leader for the Workload Automation line of business. I also cover Mainframe and the data platform line of businesses from a go-to-market sales perspective. I want to thank you for your time today in spending with us this 1 hour learning more about the innovation that HCL is bringing into the market with the HCL Workload Automation solution as cloud native platform. So thank you.
Thank you, Francesca. I am Emanuela Zaccone. I'm the product manager for Workload Automation. And you can find on this chart also our contacts. So if you get any question, whether it's on the business side or on the product side, feel free to drop us the line. Now, let's go into the topic for today's meeting. Let me tell you a story, first of all. Because what you will see today is actually the concrete version, let's say, of a dream we had 5 years ago as HCL Software. When we started thinking how, as tech company, we were imagining the future of cloud and the future also of our customers, we thought that we would like to have a future where our software could be deployed in minutes into any cloud, whether it's public, private, or even hybrid clouds. We thought that this would have been the future for our customers. And actually, this future is now here. And it's a cloud native future, it's a cloud native present. In particular, for HCL Workload Automation, what does this mean? It means bringing an automation orchestration solution at your fingertips, literally. So letting you, and we will see how, orchestrate the digital transformation of your company from a cloud native point of control. It means make easy to deploy this solution. Literally, when I say deploy in minutes, I literally mean that. You will see it with Francesca later. And also, since we know that this kind of transformation doesn't happen in a bit, we know it takes a while, we imagine that you also might need to have multiple choices in front of you. So we wanted to let you implement a multi-cloud strategy. We want to let you pick the cloud that you feel more comfortable with, or the one that your company is moving towards, whether it's public or private. When we imagine that we wanted, with Workload Automation, let you automate anything and run it anywhere, literally mean it. But we know that for some of you, actually, when we talk about cloud native, you are still in the middle of this transformation, or, it's kind of a buzzword. So everybody talks cloud native, and in many cases, not everybody knows what we are talking about, or at least doesn't catch the advantages of this. So when we thought about offering and creating a cloud native offering, what did we have in mind? Well, we focused on 4 specific things that make cloud native and Workload Automation a cloud native solution. First of all, supporting containers deployment. So we wanted to support for leading public and private cloud Kubernetes environments. So for example, Workload Automation is available to be deployed on Google Cloud. You can deploy it on an Amazon Kubernetes cluster using AWS. You can deploy it on an Azure Kubernetes cluster, or you can even deploy it on OpenShift, so using Red Hat technology. Whatever is your favorite choice, we can support you. Second, this means that you can have built-in scalability and high availability. This is one of the biggest advantages of Kubernetes. And we wanted this to become part of the product. Third, API microservices, the capability of delivering product features as microservices by leveraging the power of REST APIs. And last but not least, we want you to be in control. So all that relates to monitoring, traceability, observability. We wanted you to have the best technologies out there, especially since we are talking about, monitoring Kubernetes-based environments. So with that in mind, we literally envision also the future of our product of HCL Workload Automation, which is a solid product. It has a long history behind these specs and an heritage that makes it solid and well known on the market, but we wanted to move it to the next level, offering it also, as we were saying, as cloud native. HCL Workload Automation lets you orchestrate, your batch processes as well as event-based automation. Of course, ensuring your business availability and technical resiliency. So imagine that with Workload Automation, you can orchestrate, initiate, run, and manage your digital business processes. You can create your end-to-end processes, both IT and business processes, and keep control on them, whether it's on a legacy system like the mainframe, or it's on Kubernetes, as we were saying, or it's even an hybrid solution. We know how relevant are those processes for you, so we literally wanted to enable you to automate anything, offering you a bunch of plugins. Now are more than 80. If you look, and you can see the address on this page, if you go to yourautomationhub.io, you will see that lots of plugins are available to automate in different domains, such as cloud automation processes, ERP processes. Workload Automation is certified for SAP, and you will find a lot of SAP plugins on the Automation Hub. You will find plugins for serverless automation. You will find plugins for RPA. You will also find plugins that stays generally in the IT area. Long story short, whatever it's your need, we let you orchestrate all of this workflow in a simple way with Workload Automation. That's the reason why also analysts recognize the role of our product, and for the second year in a row, HCL Workload Automation was actually listed by Gartner as a representative vendor in its market guide for service orchestration and automation platforms. So with Workload Automation, you can perform workflow orchestration. You can take advantage of event-driven automation. You can, of course, take advantages of the classical and traditional batch scheduling, so you can combine the two aspects of automation. You can make the most out of self-service automation. We got the self-service catalog, so making the life easier also for business users. You can easily provision new environments by, automating your cloud processes. And of course, you can manage data flows. We get also native file transfer capabilities because we know how relevant data management processes are for you as part of your, of course, IT and business processes. So it's a complete solution. It's your one-stop shop for everything that commands automation in your companies. And we wanted to, as I said, to move to the next phase, to make it also ready for the future with this solution. Enough talking eventually about the product, and I leave the work to Francesca because, well, this is the product now. Francesca, shall we talk about more the business side of this?
Okay, thanks, Emanuela. So I'm so excited to introduce to you the new Sophie platform delivered just some weeks ago by HCL Software. That is an infrastructure software solution that each of you a partner, a customer can access. And with the very easy 3 steps, you can have in a matter of minutes available the product to be explored by you, and even get access to the multiple REST API that are available to plug the solution into end-to-end scenarios that could be of interest. The platform is called Sophie. You can see here even the direct link. I will go through it really to show to you how it is easy in a matter of minutes to have a live workload automation environment, leveraging the cloud native capability that our labs have delivered with the latest version of the product to assist and facilitate the deployment of the solution, the upgrade from one version to another without disturbing the business, again in a matter of minutes. We are recognized in the market to be the product with the lowest total cost of ownership from administration perspective, and for the simplicity in delivering the solution. So let's go directly to the platform, because I like talking, but I think that you will receive even more value in exploring and see this in action. So the HCLSophie.com site, you can easily log in to the system or request an ID to proceed with your own authentication. The Sophie platform provides the availability of all the of most of the HCL software products that are now available in the market as a cloud native solution. You can explore them through the catalog, very easily perform a search of the solution that you are interested in, and in this case it's workload automation. Create your overall package that will then be deployed into the Sophie platform, selecting not just the product, but even what our labs have created as demo solution that will provide a customization to the basic offer to support you with the easy understanding about the main use cases, the main experience that different roles could have adopting the product, and giving, for example, here the name of the solution, HWA XC solution. Okay, you can plug even a description, webinar session, click on create, and this new package will be available under the solutions related to your specific profile. Going here, this is the overall console, where the solution will then be deployed. It will take across 9-10 minutes, and after this you will have a live environment that you can start exploring to getting a direct access to the workload automation solution deployed into our internal infrastructure. As Emanuela was highlighting with even Sophie, we are offering to our business partners and to our customers the possibility to exploit the technology without spending time in installing, configuring, creating this overall package that then can be deployed or in Sophie or even into possible cloud systems that could be used by your own company. When the solution is deployed, it is deployed for some hours, but you will have also the possibility to extend the availability of the solution up to 30 days. Let us going through some of the content of the solution, because I want to give to you some insights even on how it is easy to get access to the internal details of the product, even exploring directly the API that are available. Again, even in the case that you would like really to start working on the different microservices or the availability of the REST API to perform end-to-end connectivity without using the user interface console, or even directly connecting to some of the key links that will be of value to really go deeper on the knowledge of the product. So the information about the product from the documentation point of view. And I want just to spend a few more minutes on one of the messages that Emanuela introduced to you. That was the availability of the automation hub, the place that our valuable customers can use to download, included into the license of the product, the plugin to orchestrate end-to-end the business processes and the execution of the jobs across multiple applications. More than 80 plugins are available to orchestrate big data, ERP system, cloud integrators, really to have with the HCL Workload Automation the centralized technology of your enterprise that will allow in a very easy way and controlled way the definition, the monitoring, and the reporting of the execution of the jobs across your multiple application. Through the system, there is also the possibility to go direct to the console with the HCL Workload Automation console to get direct access to the product with the predefined demo scenarios that we have also provided as available for a very easy experience on the product. So as you can see, with the very few minutes, you will have the access to the workload automation, the HCL Workload Automation product. Again, with the workload automation solution, we provide direct integration that are available on the Automation Hub. And you can see where there are multiple links that you can exploit to get deeper and direct information to the solution. Self-service capability, the possibility to download even the application on the mobile to provide a very easy and quick access to the key capabilities of the product, even from your own mobile. And also in this case, the single predefined dashboard that can be used to have under control the overall workload of the product with a customizable dashboard. A dashboard that every user, I would say, or operators, or accordingly to the line of business, can customize to have under control the key KPI parameter that will be needed accordingly to the specific role of the person. So one of the value of our technology is the possibility to customize the single point of control of the dashboard with the widgets and data that will be important by the role of the person with the specific authorization that can be assigned by line of business and by user profile. So going back to Sophie, as you can see with, again, a very simple steps, you as a user can get access to our HCL software catalog. This was the session, the solution that I introduced in the past that I was creating, and that can be deployed or in the sandbox or into your own cloud environment, or even request HCL to initiate a conversation about our HCL Now offering. Let me go back to the presentation and continue with our conversation, but I think that I have spent 3-4 minutes in providing to you really the possibility to see the HCL SOFI platform and how the cloud native parameter and the characteristic of our offer is allowing us to really bring our innovation, our technology at your service in a matter of minutes. You have now the possibility to go cloud native with the enterprise, with an enterprise workload automation and orchestrator solution that is recognized really one of the best in the market, adopted by customers, by multiple industries, from the financial part, banking, insurances, to retailers. This is the backbone of the control of the processes that every enterprise needs to control with the proper monitoring of the service level agreement. And you can now adopt this technology on-premise with the standard model, but even on the cloud with the cloud native flavor. You can go on the cloud, followed by us as HCL, or through one of our valuable business partners. HCL Software has a so powerful network of valuable business partners that can support you on this transformation. But again, if you then are also looking to have HCL supporting you on this, we have now launched the HCL Now offer, Cloud Native as a Service, where our HCL software products can also be adopted as a service by you, delegating to HCL the complete also management of the infrastructure and of the administration of the product. The cloud native solution is offered with a very simple license model. We are really looking to give you more and more value without having you forcing and locking in with an agreement with a vendor that will be suggested by us, but giving you the opportunity to select on your own the cloud of your choice. And as HCL, we established multiple agreements with Azure, Google Cloud, AWS to allow the deployment of the HCL Now solution accordingly to your specific needs. So what is different on our cloud native as a service offer from the traditional SaaS offering that you can find in the market? We offer to you a dedicated single tenant deployment. There is no sharing of data. There is no forced enforcement from us in guiding you, in forcing you to stay at different, I would say, timeline from the delivery of new version into the platform, or performing maintenance that will be out of your control. All these type of activities will be managed in collaboration with you, properly managing even, for example, freeze period that your business would require, and giving to you the full control of the cost of the offer, providing a clear visibility on how much the cost of the license will be, how much the cost of the infrastructure will be, how much the cost of the operation from the administration of the solution will be, to give you the flexibility of jumping in the cloud, even with the same licenses that you own for the on-premise, or in the future, if you want them to leave the HCL Now solution and go back to the standard on-premise offering, keeping the entitlement, the term licenses that you acquired, and allowing you to use these licenses even for the on-premise adoption. We have so bundled the offering, providing you the clear flexibility and visibility about the transparency of the cost, with again in agreement that we can initiate together to ensure that you as a client have the control of the services, of the functionalities, of the service level agreement, and the upgrades and planned outages that would be needed to ensure that you will keep always the latest level of the product accordingly to the multiple deliveries that our innovative lab is continuously delivering into the market. As I was sharing, we are delivering in the market, we have delivered in the market the HCL Now managed solution, having HCL delivering to you the licenses, the technology, the IaaS, so the infrastructure to host the solution. But we wanted really to engage with our customers, providing to you a white glove services. A services delivered by our premium resources that will be close to you, not just for the initial implementation, but continuously present with you, active with you, with the allocation of a customer advocate that will ensure that your adoption of the technology will be at full speed. We are also a unique vendor that is able to assist you, even in collaboration of our business partners or with the direct engagement, in initiating conversation about migration from other technologies. We know that finding greenfield scenarios is not so common in this area, or it is just when a new company is starting. But we are having multiple conversations every day with the customers that are not happy of the technology that they are currently using, and they are looking for alternatives. As Emanuela was sharing, we are now proved to be recognized by multiple analysts for the value and the innovation that we are bringing in the market, and to assist, facilitate, and make customer life easier. We have also invested on the development of a migration tool called EasyMove. I will cover this shortly. Providing to us the possibility to stay close with you even during the migration, the initial migration phase. We can work with you with a free of charge migration assessment, providing to you after an initial analysis of your job definition, how long the migration will take place, and working together of an initial project plan to assist you on your easy movement from your current vendor to the HCL Workload Automation solution. The factory, the EasyMove component has been used by many migration projects that we have managed during the latest multiple years with multiple success stories, and supporting in this way and taking ownership from HCL point of view of your success from the beginning up to your go live. That's a value that not all many other vendors can offer. So as HCL, we are really here working with our partners and with our customers on the model relationship beyond the contract. The transparency on the way we work, the value and the premium services that we are offering to our customers are enabling cloud transformation, the digital modernization of multiple customers that now have also the option of reducing their internal cost that they used to spend on the administration of the technology, and looking to adopt the cloud native solution on the cloud of your own choice, giving to HCL the possibility to administer the overall infrastructure, providing to you a service with a very high availability and service level agreements, providing then this as a service, allowing your line of business to keep the control and the monitoring of the business that is scheduled across the solution. SOSI is the platform that HCL developed to assist and facilitate this new journey. And again, with the very easy initial steps, you can play on your own and exploit on your own the power of the solution. I'm the global leader for this technology with the sales team, with the technical advisors. So my team will also be very glad to initiate a deeper conversation with you, assessing the challenges that you are currently facing and how these challenges can be completely removed and solved adopting the HCL Workload Automation solution. Emanuela, I think that I've talked already a lot. I will give you the opportunity to spend a few more minutes on the other key messages about our offer, or stress some of the topics that I've covered in a very fast way.
Thank you, Francesca. Yes, let's take a few minutes just to recap what we have so far, because you might have seen the benefits are for many actors here, whether for customers, as many of you are, whether for business partners, and in general, we hope this impact will be on the whole, on the whole tech landscape. So just recapping the HCL Now benefits, so our cloud native as a service offering. We said it's powered by SOFI, our solution, solution catalogs of solutions and also catalogs of products and demos. You saw it in action, and of course, and I invite you to do so again, you can try it by yourself. You can demo the product, you can trial them, and you can see how fast is deployment thanks to the advantages of containers and Kubernetes. Of course, and I want to stress this again, remember, when taking advantage of the HCL Now offering, you will always have the latest version of the product. This is relevant especially for us because we know, and the last year and a half taught us in a very concrete way, how relevant and how central automation is for your processes. And, we keep improving the product constantly. We very frequently have new releases every 4 or 6 months. So we really want you to have the latest feature to take advantage of them. We also said that about software and data portability, you will always retain the ownership of your data and implementation. We don't want you to be locked to a specific cloud vendor. That's why we also assist you if needed to migrate to a new vendor if during the years of contracts you might need that. Moving also to the accountability topic. Well, everybody's talking about the importance of service level agreements. Of course it is, and we want to have this kind of SLA-based management for HCL software. You will have experts helping you doing the best of your solution, build the best solution for you, ensuring that security and compliance will be, guaranteed for the entire cloud-based solution. So you can absolutely rely on that. Of course, there is a reduced TCO. I mean, you can control your investment. One of the key points is that we give you transparency. Unlike, Francesca said this at the beginning, unlike traditional SaaS offering, you will always know what you're spending for software, what you're spending for the infrastructure, and what you're spending for all the other services. So you will always have this kind of clarity. You will always be in control. So don't doubt about that. And finally, we were mentioning that you can always execute a seamless migration to cloud if you are on premise, or from, we were mentioning HCL Easy Move, from a competitor solution. We will be there assisting you at any phase, and we will be there for you to ensure that you will have business continuity while doing so.
Now, let me
looking at the
about this, Emanuela, about the availability of this offer as a free of charge migration assessment. So we will not request money to assess with you the overall migration project. This is a service that we offer to our customers for free.
Absolutely, it's absolutely key to us, because we know that sometimes, it can be panic when you look at, oh my, I need to migrate everything. So we are also there to assist for free and understand which is the assessment and what you might need for how long, etc., to do that migration. So get in touch with us if you need a free assessment for your migration processes. Now, let me also recap the capabilities of our cloud native as a service offering of HCL Now. We said it's a single tenancy cloud hosting. You are not sharing your tenancy with anyone else. All of your data are secured. It's only yours. So you can always talk to us and be aware of when something is going to change, when there are maintenance windows, upgrades, etc., etc. So don't worry, it's your cloud, literally. Second, we guarantee you a 99.9% SLA uptime guarantee with service credits. So again, there's no doubt about that. You will always have control of what you're spending money on. You heard a lot us talking about security. It was really key for us to ensure you that. So you can see that our product has all of the most common and most relevant standard when it comes about security. So you don't need, you can be sure about that, and same comes for compliance. So you can always be aware of all of our certification. We said that we want you to be in control. That's true, and this is true also when it comes about to know about the status of your solution, of the product, as well as what is going on. So how do you keep control at a glance of what is happening? You will have always KPIs that can be monitored by using dashboards and whatever you might need also in terms of alerting to be aware of what is going on. Same comes for performance monitoring. We know how relevant it is, especially in this kind of environments. And be aware that we also have alerts that will fire if when it drops below key thresholds. So we will always keep you informed, and you will always be aware of how performance are literally performing. About environments, you can have multiple environments. Francesca was mentioning that before. So whatever you need, just tell us, tell your needs. We will build them and make them available for you. And of course, an offer like this will also take advantage of CI/CD pipelines, so continuous integration and continuous delivery pipelines. So the standard methods to connect your customer development to our platform. You will always have, this is one of the key points of the HCL Now offering, support and real-time chat. So you're not alone in this. You can always count on us. And last but not least, we talked about, keeping control, keeping in touch, etc. You will have kind of your headquarters, the customer portal, when you will always find the service levels, the entitlements, the SLA status, etc. So it's kind of your control center to know what is happening and how things are going on. So I guess it's literally time for you to enable your cloud native journey, whether it's with us, whether it's on your own leveraging Sophie, whether it's by involving one of our business partners that are spread basically everywhere. So there are lots of business partners you can really rely on. there are to us 4 things that I would really like you to remember after this webinar. So I hope this will stick in your mind. You will have with us an automation solution that lets you orchestrate batch processes and event-based orchestration and automation, which is HCL Workload Automation. You can automate anything and run it anywhere. You can leverage our solution factory, cloud-native solution factory, Sophie, to deploy in minutes, to literally taste the power of workload automation and of Kubernetes and container-based environment. You have HCL Now, our cloud-native as a service offering, if you don't want to take care about the infrastructure and all of the managed services that comes along. And you got HCL Easy Move if you want to move from on-premise environment or from another vendor. And again, you got a free migration assessment. These 4 ingredients for us are more than enough to cook a perfect future for your digital and cloud transformation journey. Thank you so much. Of course, now it's question time, but I'd really like to thank you for being with us and listening about our new solution that we are very excited about, right, Francesca?
That's correct. That's correct, Emanuela. As you started the meeting sharing how 5 years ago we envisioned this kind of platform that would really provide in a matter of minutes the possibility to our business partners and to our customers the availability of exploiting our technology that from HCL is continuously receiving a huge investment in the context of development of the roadmap, the vision, the strategy. This is something that was one of our dreams and it's now a reality. Again, on the message about the investment of HCL on the workload automation platform, we will be glad to have some dedicated meetings, even introducing to you in more details the product, the key capabilities, and even having a conversation about roadmap, strategy, vision, because in this technology as HCL, we are really looking to transform the business, support the cloud transformation and the digital modernization of our customer with a very advanced scheduling and orchestration solution that will really make your life easier to keep under control the processes, the businesses at IT level and at application level. So really wanted to again thank you for the time you reserved to us today. Follow us on LinkedIn. We were including the link at the beginning of the presentation. We will be sharing the presentation with you, and even on the Sophie platform, you will have the possibility even to reserve, or even on our website, to reserve a one-on-one session to go deeper with our subject matter expert on the product side. Let's now open the session for possible questions that you have on what we covered today.
I'll take the first question, actually. It's more product related, so I'll take the first one. Let me so read it out so everybody can see it, because otherwise only you and me can actually see the question. You are asking if it's anonymous, so I won't tell the name, but they are asking if the solution HCL Now is already available. The answer is yes. Actually, it's very new. We launched it at the end of July. It's kind of a very new one, but yes, I can confirm it's already available. And of course, what you saw also from Francesca about testing HCL Workload Automation Sophie, that is available too. So all you saw today is already out there on the market, and you can try it immediately, and you can ask for more information, and you can even explore it by yourself. So yes, I confirm this is already available on the market. Francesca, I can read for you the second question, but you are the expert here, so I'd leave the word to you.
Sure, please.
Can you please list the competitors you can migrate from?
Okay,
Yeah,
let me go back. I think that I have also the chart introducing the easy move and the multiple migrations that we have also managed in the market with the availability of our technology. So even for customers that are on the mainframe and are looking for a mainframe modernization or moving out from mainframe, we have also a solution able to move this workload from mainframe into the distributed platform on HCL Workload Automation. Besides this, even talking about distributed to distributed platform, we have managed multiple migration projects from the main vendors that are available on the market, just to name a few: BMC, Broadcom, Redwood. So we have the availability of our factory that will support you on streamlining, I will say, the time needed for the migration. With this factory, we used to manage as average 85% of the workload in an automatic way. Every migration is different, so we have a fantastic services team and even very valuable business partners that support to us to make this migration not so complex as you would expect. So you can see here some of the vendors, but again, with the deep expertise that we have with the I'm very proud to share that the people, most of the people that are in our services team are people that in the past were also developing the product, so knows the internal of the technology. So even in the case you will need any customizable type of solution, we have the experts available to be really partnering with you with this transformation.
Let me take over with another product-related question. It's about data security in SaaS. So is the data security ensured in SaaS? Are we having multi-tenancy? No. Security was one of the reasons why we decided to not go with multi-tenancy. There are two main reasons. Let me recap them. One is indeed security, because we know that one of the concerns of our customers, we saw it when talking to them, we saw it when talking to business partners, is always security. Sometimes, and maybe some of you, thought the same. Having a SaaS solution that I know that is shared with other customers doesn't make me feel really comfortable. It makes me feel like, what if they steal my data? What if there's a leak or something like that? So we really wanted to avoid this kind of thinking, and we decided to go for single tenancy. The second reason was that, I mean, of course, there are rules for when we perform maintenance activities or, we perform upgrades, etc. But those are always shared. And of course, single tenancy leaves space to more kind of adjustment in this area. So it's easier for the single customer to know what is going on their single tenancy and eventually readjust if needed. So those were the two main reasons why we didn't want to go with multi-tenancy. We really wanted to have dedicated single tenancy deployment, no sharing. You don't have neighbors, and as we say in the slide. Okay. Another product one, I promise, is, can customers get the cloud of their choice? Literally, yes. That's one of the reasons why we wanted to make workload automation available on as many cloud providers as possible. We certified that, so actually you can also find workload automation on the Azure Marketplace, on the AWS Marketplace. Is certified and tested against Google Cloud too, and it's also available on the Red Hat OpenShift catalog. because we know that different companies are moving towards different solutions and different choices when it comes about cloud. So we really want to give you the freedom to pick the one that is best for you. So yeah, either you can get the cloud of your choice. Just let us know.
With the bring your own license model. So, for example, the product is also available on the AWS marketplace, on Amazon EKS image. You can deploy it on the cloud of your choice, select, take from us the license. The license is available both as a perpetual, in the case you would like to have a kind of a CapEx investment, or as a term license, in the case you would like to move forward with a more type of OPEX cost. And with this bring your own license model, you will be available to activate the image that is available on the AWS catalog. Thanks for the question. Let's see any other question.
Francesca. This is interesting. Is Oracle Cloud supported? Not for right now, but one of the things that we invested on is also making cloud automation processes being able to be automated using workload automation. So you can find lots of plugins for Oracle Cloud on our automation app.
So I don't know if
one about
if it is a plugin that you are looking for, or hosting the solution. Otherwise, yeah, I have tracked this question, and we could have even a follow-up conversation about this specific.
Yeah, that would be interesting.
Okay,
suggesting the same. So if you get feedback, the better. Francesca.
Okay.
This one.
No, sorry, Emanuela, you are breaking. I cannot hear you.
How does the pricing work for work automation?
Okay. So as I also introduced, the offering HCL Workload Automation is available in the market with both perpetual licenses and with the term licenses. Term licenses can be monthly subscription, I will say, or 1 year term, 2 years term, 5 years term type of contracts that our customers are also looking to establish with us with a long-term engagement. The license metric is based on the number of successfully executed jobs in a month. We are not counting repetitive recurring jobs in a day. In the day, they will be counted as once. So we can have an assessment on your current workload, and then go deeper in the conversation with you on the type of licenses that will be better suited for your specific business. Also, in this case, complete flexibility from HCL in properly matching your internal scheduling requirement with the availability of a very flexible license model.
Also, let me add one thing here. All the plugins that we mentioned, and let me also underline this, are free and will always be. So all of the objects, because those could be plugins, templates, etc., that you will find on the Automation Hub, are included in the license. plugins, at least one released, of course, by HCL, because the Automation Hub could also be is the place where also partners and third-party publishers can also add their plugins. But all the plugins released by HCL are included in your license. You don't have to pay any additional fee to use the plugins.
Correct. And you can easily go to the Automation Hub URL. I think, Manuela, if you can post in the chat for the team, it will be helpful. You will get access to these more than 80 plugins that you can download in your infrastructure to then expand the capability of the end-to-end orchestrator across multiple applications. That's important as a message, because we wanted to split between the continuous investment on the core product, that's the workload automation solution, with the continuous availability of new plugins that our plugin solution factory is continuously delivering to enhance and advance the value that our customers are taking and getting from workload automation. So every month, every 3 months, there is the continued availability of new plugins. You will see in the Automation Hub the tag new. And again, it will be very easy to download them into the workload automation solution and then start exploring them to the end-to-end management of the product. Let me take the next question, Emanuela, about some more information. I see actually 3 questions on the migration piece, migration topic. So let me answer them. So how we manage this? Using the automation factory, our team performs scanning of the definition of the jobs. So we usually request to the customer the extract of the job definition. These data that do not contain any personal sensitive data will be automatically processed through the solution, and with the as output, we will have a report showing to us the analysis of the data that we need to migrate, and with the specific even effort that will be needed to complete the migration. We managed the migration that were simple, easy, lasting 1 month, other 3 months, more complex migration that lasted 6 months, 9 months. So we have plenty of experience on this. And what we offer again for free is the migration assessment. And then in the case you would like to proceed with this, we will give to you an offer as a fixed price, with the commitment of managing the migration within a specific timeline, supporting you with our experts or in collaboration with our business partner up to the go live. So one of the questions was also about the free of charge availability, and then how much it will cost also the migration. So every project is unique, I would say, and with the availability of our assessment, we will give to you the price of the migration. That's a one-shot price, okay? Thanks for the questions on the migration. Any other question? I think we answered all the questions that were posted up to now. For the people that will replay the session, feel free to reach out to me, to Emanuela, in case of offline conversation on if you wanted to cover in a deeper way even some of the aspects, or if you have any question or curiosity about what we covered today. Deepika, I think that we are at the end of this session.
Yes, perfect. I think this was a wonderful session, Francesca and Manuela. It was so insightful, and we are more than happy to share all of our useful links that our speakers have been talking about. Please stay tuned for our auto emails to hit your mailboxes with the recording link, with the presentation that was shared, with all the useful links that our speakers have been talking today. We will be more than happy to have questions, comments, suggestions coming in from your end. We do have our speakers' contacts available as well. Feel free to reach out to them directly on their LinkedIn or on their emails as well. We look forward to having another wonderful session planned out soon. So I think if we have no further questions, Emmanuel and Francesca, we are good to have a sign off for today.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, speakers. Thank you for being an amazing audience. We really appreciate it. Have a wonderful day.
Have a lovely day. Bye-bye.